Julian, if a few of us woke up this morning, I will preach this word. I want to preach this word. This word means just so much to me. And I mean this with all my heart. Just going through this, I probably started on, the idea came to me on Monday, and I've just been dwelling on it, and as I started writing, it just really touched my heart so deeply when it comes to moms. And I mean this. I thought much of mothers when I was doing it, much of my wife, and just women. I thought of my mom, Glynis. So I wanted to preach the sermon, and I told you that if two people rock up this morning, I'm going to preach this sermon. I don't care. So for you, I ask you that you would receive this in Jesus' name. That it will touch you, that will make you think, make you see what God is truly doing in your life, what He's truly done in your life, and that you would be, as moms, be lifted up this morning and go out. And I want to say from the outset, for the moms that are alone, that are single, for the moms that are alone doing the job alone, even though they're married, for the moms, maybe not even here, but I think of moms that believe in Jesus, but the husband is defiant. He will not. I think of the moms where there's just problems at home, but yet they cling to God. All that went through my mind, through my heart, and I shared some tears in doing this. So if I shared a tear or two this morning, understand. The message is entitled Hannah, an example of godliness. And this I want to read to you. This is an excerpt out of W. L. Caldwell's sermon to mothers in 1928. I will read a little section. And this is in America in 1928, and this is what he had to say. He said, "Well, may we pause to pay honor to her, mother, who after Jesus Christ is the best gift to man. Second to Christ, the mom is the best gift to man. It was she who shared her life with us when as yet our own members were yet unformed. Into the valley of the shadow of death she marched." That caught me because I remember from Janet's pregnancy, and I know from your pregnancies, it is the most dangerous thing for any woman, besides getting held up at the drugstore or the pharmacy, to go through, is to actually be pregnant, because your body fights that off. You can die. So there he says, though she walked through the valley of the shadow of death. And that touched me. She walked that we might have life, and the light of life. In her arms was the garner of our food, and a soft couch for our repose, for just our rest. There we nestled in the hour of pain. There was the playground of our infant glee. Those same arms later became our refuge and our stronghold. It was she who taught our baby feet to go and be lifted up over the rough places. Her blessed hands plied the needle by day and by night to make our infant clothes. She put the book under our arms and started us off to school, but best of all, she taught our baby lips to lisp and mention the name of Jesus, and told us first the wondrous story of our Saviour's love. The pride, he says, of America, this is in 1928, is in its mothers. There are wicked mothers like Jezebel of old. There are unnatural mothers who sell their children into sin. There is sin-cursed, rum-soaked, and abandoned mothers to whom their motherhood is the exposure of their shame. But I am glad to believe that they are comparatively few in number. And then he goes on to say, no nation is greater than its mother, for they are the makers of men. John McArthur says this in comment to William Caldwell's message. He says, he was right, you know. Mothers are the makers of men. Paul wrote to Timothy, he says this,
Women will be saved through childbearing, and that comes out of 1 Timothy 2. What did Paul mean by that? He meant that the saving role, the virtue, the task, and the goal of a godly mother is to raise godly children. That is the role and the goal and the point of any mom, is to raise children in a godly manner. And yeah, I want to make a distinction still. There are mothers that I know of that are not necessarily Christians that are doing a remarkable, remarkable job. That is a virtue and a gift directly from God above. Especially when they're single. God is with them, and we're going to find that out. But I want to say things have drastically changed. From 1928 to 2017, they've drastically changed. In America and also in South Africa. Our society and families in general have become a far cry from W.L. Caldwell's Mother's Day sermon in 1928. It's a far cry from what we see in 2017 to what was happening in America and South Africa and just across the globe. The kind of respect and attitude people had for family and for moms. And I want to say what William Caldwell wrote down there will probably be laughed at today by many people. Moms, fathers, families, culture. The deep respect for the family unit and the mother has actually lost the cause. I say that. It really has. And people would find it ridiculous to look on their mom like that. I read an article now on Saturday. This is what it says. 2,500, listen to this, 2,500 to 3,000 legal, and I say the statistics are not accurate. In fact, I think they've been simmered down. But there's 2,500 to 3,000 babies aborted every single month in South Africa in our state hospitals. The act came in 1997, you would recall. And those are only under 18 girls. Girls from 18 and under to 12. 2,500 to 3,000 babies get aborted every month in our state hospitals. That's not to mention the clinics, and that's not to mention the downtown abortion clinic, the backyard abortion clinic. When you see on the sign, you need a quick abortion, phone 073 169 5677. So it's being staticized, which I still think has been simmered down. In the overall picture, from those young girls to the older girls, there's 156,600 babies aborted every single month. That takes it up to 1 million. Murders. Mothers don't see themselves as mothers anymore. The world don't see a woman made in the image of God being able to be a mom within a family unit and raising children. And I've got to say this, and I need you to hear this. The mom is probably the hardest worker in the house. The hardest. Let's make no mistake about that. I speak as a man and I say that unashamedly. The mom is the hardest worker. From the kids, when they're small, gives the most attention. Am I generalizing? Yes, I am. I know there are absent moms. I know there are rum-soaked, alcoholic moms. But I think for the most part, when I look across this little forum here, when I think about the other moms within our church, I think it is the most important job. The divorce rate is astronomical. Divorces, marriages do not even last 1 year. Battered children, sexually molested children within the family unit. Caldwell's words in 1928 rings absolutely true in contrast to how we, in our postmodern society, and last week I said there's a relativistic society, what is true for you is not true for me. And what is true for me is not true for you. I believe in God, but it's not true for someone else. They don't believe in God, so it's relative. There is no absolute truth in our postmodern society. So therefore, in our postmodern society, Caldwell's words are nothing. They have been filtered, simmered out. A nation, no nation is ever greater than its mothers, for they are the makers of men. So what does God intend a mother to be? Is the question. What is God? What was he thinking? I wrote a song once, and I never really sung it, But what were you thinking, God, when you made the world? It actually sounds derogatory. It's actually almost, what were you mad? But what was God thinking when he made Adam? He said, I see you lonely. I need to. And he brings him all the animals and everything. And he says, well, Adam says, I'm not going to hitch up with any cow. So obviously, God takes from his ribs and makes him the most beautiful woman. And to any husband, that treasure should be his most beautiful woman. And when two are joined together, when man and wife are joined together, they become one flesh. Why? So that out of the oneness may come other ones. And from the dad, the wife should lean, should find her strength in dad. And I want to say this morning, family. I just really, my heart broke. Because I know there's absent dads in this world. I know there's absent dads in this church. I know it's mom doing everything that she can to keep those children together. It's mom doing everything she can to keep those children focused on Jesus, the one whom she loves and the one whom she adores. And it becomes one heck of a job when dad is not there supporting mother. It's a heck of a job. And the mother becomes despondent because dad is not helping. And mother stops going to church. And mother stops worshipping in the Lord that saved her. The mother, and I'm not saying this now just to make a point for anyone. These are just thoughts that go through. I'm thinking across my lifespan, as long as I've been ministering within churches. This has been true. I've seen it with my own eyes. And mom eventually gives up. Proverbs 12 says this. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones. Proverbs 31, I'm going to read only certain verses. An excellent wife, all of you, and I mean this, and you're a widow. An excellent wife, who can find? Who can find an excellent wife? Says the writer of the Bible. She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and I've got to say this. For me, I absolutely, just emphatically, just irrevocably trust my wife. There'd be never anything, as far as I know, that I could actually say, I don't trust you. I trust her with everything I have, everything I own. The heart of the husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and no harm all the days of her life. Look what the woman does. The woman just wants to love. But the men want to look somewhere else. The woman wants to love her family, but the men go astray. And they're blinded by the younger chickies that are out there. But they forget so soon what mom went through. She walked through the valley of the shadow of death. She produced her children on account of her own life. And yet the dad dares to look away. She does him good. She does not harm him all the days of her life. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her own home and does not eat the bread of others. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Charm is deceitful. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. I want to give you a glimpse of a godly mother. There's many. When I was thinking of this, I was immediately thought of Rebecca, thought of Sarah, thought of Ruth, and I thought of Hannah. And I think there's no, and as noble as they all were, I don't think there's any example within the Old Testament scripture of one woman who stands out and just preaches and teaches moms and dads, boys and girls, how to be a mother in the sight of God, in the favor of God, with the favor of God, under His guidance, and that's Hannah. And her story is found in 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 1, probably all the way through, but generally 1 Samuel chapter 1 and chapter 2, 3, 4. But I want to concentrate on chapter 1 this morning and just take a little bit out of chapter 2. And I'll read the story to you. 1 Samuel 1. There was a certain man of Ramathaim Zophim, of the hill country of Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroboam, son of Elihu, son of Tohu, son of Zuph, son of Sarada, and Ephrathite. He had 2 wives. Already in Deuteronomy 17, I think 17 to 17 says that immediately, but I'm not going to go into that. He had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the other name was Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. Now this man used to go up year after year from his city to worship and to sacrifice to the Lord his God, of hosts at Shiloh, where the 2 sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were priests of the Lord. On the day when Elkanah sacrificed, he would give, listen to this, I'm going to go back to this. On the day when Elkanah sacrificed, he would give portions to Peninnah his wife and to her children, sons and daughters. But to Hannah, he gave a double portion, because he loved her, though the Lord had closed her womb. And her rival, Peninnah, used to provoke her grievously to irritate her, because the Lord had closed her womb. So it went on year after year. As often as she went up to the house of the Lord, Peninnah used to provoke her. Therefore Hannah wept and would not eat. And Elkanah, her husband, said to Hannah, Hannah, why do you weep? And why do you not eat? And why is your heart so sad? Am I not more to you than 10 sons? After they had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah rose. Now Eli the priest was sitting on the seat beside the doorpost of the temple of the Lord. She was deeply distressed and prayed to the Lord and wept bitterly before him. And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on my affliction of your servant, remember me and not forget your servant, but will give to your servant a son, and I will give him back to you all the days of his life. And no razor shall touch his head. And as she continued praying before the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was speaking in her heart. Only her lips moved, and the voice was not heard. Therefore Eli took her to be a drunken woman. And Eli said to her, how long? And this is just a foolish thing from this priest. He says to her, how long will you go on being drunk? Put your wine away from you. But Hannah asked, no, my Lord. I'm a woman, troubled in spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord. Regard not your servant as a worthless woman. For all along I have been speaking out of my great anxiety before the Lord. Regard not your servant as a worthless woman. Then Eli said, go in peace. And the God of Israel grant your petition so that you have made to him. And she said, let your servant find favor in your eyes. Then the woman went away and ate, and her face was no longer sad. They rose early in the morning and worshipped before the Lord. Then they went back to the house of Ramah. And Elkanah knew his wife. We know what the Hebrew word for knew means. And the Lord remembered Hannah. And in due time Hannah conceived and bore a son. She called his name Samuel, for she said, I have asked for him from the Lord. Did you catch the L at the end? El, Elohim, God. Samuel, gift from El, God. She named him gift from God. The man Elkanah or his house went up to offer the Lord the yearly sacrifice and to pay his vow. But Hannah did not go up, for she said to her husband, as soon as the child is weaned, I will bring him, so that he may appear in the presence of the Lord and dwell there forever. And I'm going to skip right to the end. And this is when she goes after 3 or 4 years up to Jerusalem, to the temple, and she says, goes to Eli. Let me read from verse 24. And when she had weaned him, she took him up with her, along with a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine. And she brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. And the child was young. Then they slaughtered the bull and brought the child to Eli. And she said, Oh, my Lord, as you live, my Lord, I am the woman who was standing right here in your presence praying to the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me my petition that I might that I made to him. Therefore I have lent him to the Lord as long as he lives. He has lent to the Lord, and he worshipped the Lord right then. Now I want to make a few points. Point number 1, right at the beginning, and I need to give you this contrast. In Deuteronomy, God specifically said man will have one wife. And here you have Elkanah, which seems to be a paradox or just conflicting with the story. It says Elkanah was a godly man and he went up to worship, but yet he had 2 wives. This man had a heart after God, but yet he was fragile. And the Bible makes no mince out of this. It shows you directly that this man is a godly man, but he's also a sinner, like you and I. And I'm glad it puts that in. But you need to also understand that Hannah was his first wife. And in the Eastern ancient culture, if the wife could not produce, because for a man you need to have a son and then obviously daughters, but the son was the most important so you could carry on the family tree. And Hannah, as we know, her womb was closed. So almost like Abraham and Sarah, remember what happened with Abraham and Sarah? She was to go sleep with, what was her name? Hagar. So Elkanah makes exactly the same mistake. And he brings in another woman, Peninnah, just so that he could have children. But I want you to pick up something over here. He loved Hannah with all his heart. He did not love Peninnah. Peninnah was only there for a job. And I want you to note specifically where it says he gave food to her children. Do you give food to your husband's children, or do you give food to your children? You follow what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? The Bible is very emphatic. We miss it. He gave food to her children, but to Hannah, he gave her a double portion. Now I want you to understand something. A double portion over here, in the Near Eastern or Ancient Eastern times, to give someone a double portion, if you were guests in my house, you would have the best seat in the house, and I would honor you above all the other people to show you you're an honored guest. And he goes, Elkanah goes one step ahead and shows the entire family with the children that this is the woman he actually loves. The Bible makes no mention that he loves Peninnah, but it makes mention that he loves Hannah with his entire heart, with his entire soul, and he actually is a godly man. Because if you carry on the story down, they worship together. And that's what I love about the story. Hannah got her strength from her husband, because her husband was a godly man. And yet, even though God did not do anything for her at the moment, she clung on to every single bit of faith she had in God because of her godly husband. And that's why I think it's so important that homes are formed with at least a godly husband. The woman, the mom, cannot do it on her own. John McArthur says this. He says, first of all, let's consider Hannah's right husband relationship. Her relationship to her husband was actually correct from the beginning. The most important relationship, and I love what he said here, the most important relationship in a family is not between mom and children, but it is between mom and dad. We've got it wrong in 2017. We've got it so wrong. The children have become everything, but the father has become nothing. And sometimes for the father, the children have become everything, and the wife is meaningless. But that's where we've got it wrong. Families think the most important thing in my life at the moment is my children, but no, the most important thing thing in your life is your own husband. And I wish there were more husbands here this morning. Because the most important thing for a husband is his own wife. Before the children. Because if he can guard his wife, if he can cherish his wife, if he can pray with his wife, if he can comfort his wife, if he can worship with his wife, everything else their children will see. They will see. And yet though the children go astray, like we were all teens at one stage, you remember. Though we go astray, we remember the words of our parents. We remember the words of our mothers. It is the most important thing in a family unit that mom and dad worship together, pray together. The very first time I remember, I'll never forget it, years ago. I'd never really prayed with Gillian. It was so uncomfortable. What do I do? I knew in my heart I needed to start something at our house that had not been there before, though we were married a couple of years. And I took up the strength one day and I grabbed her hand and I said, we prayed. It was strange to her, it was strange to me, because normally we just pray in church and do all the holy things. But never at home. I challenge you, moms. Grab your husbands, and I wish the husbands were here. Grab each other's hands and worship together. If you want the blessing of God on your house, if you want the blessing of God on your children so that they might look back, even though they go astray, mom and dad were like that. How can I make any other choice? Because they brought me into this world. They taught me. And as they grow older, wisdom sets in. Am I right? We were all there. For some of us, it happened much later. Thank God by His grace it actually happened, that He actually came into our lives. What you communicate to your children by your relationship with your husband or the husband with a wife dominates their thinking. And I'm not trying to put a guilt trip on anyone right now, because I believe our God is gracious. I believe our God is bigger than just my talking this morning. I believe our God is a healer. I believe our God is everything. And He can fix. And we're going to see something. Because of a godly woman's heart, God did fix. Sometimes it takes a long time to keep on praying for a husband or for a wife that will not listen. Though you want to serve God, they will not. Adamant, arrogant, just defiantly will not worship God. They say the words, but that's as far as it goes. I'll tell you right now, I've told you this before, but let this sink in. Whenever there is prayer in a church, guess who dominates the prayer meeting? Who are the most people at a prayer meeting between a man and a woman? Tell me. Women! Women are always first at the prayer meetings. Always. And yet the men are off doing their own thing, forgetting the God-given privilege of having a wife and a woman, a mother. And I say that with absolute anger, upset. And John McArthur goes on to say, your kids are learning about understanding, they're learning about compassion, they're learning about virtue, they're learning about honesty and integrity, they're watching you all the time. And far more important than your relationship with your child in the long run is the relationship you have with your spouse. Far more important, Mom. Far more important. The relationship you have with your spouse. Now, of course, now in a nice little home, in a Christian context, and I'm not saying it's the best home and mom and dad never fight, because mom and dad do fight. But it's so much greater when mom and dad both worship the Lord together. But we've got apathetic people. We've got apathetic dads. We've got apathetic moms. I'm a Christian, but don't invite me to a prayer meeting. I'm a Christian, but I don't want to do this. The kids look. The kids lose respect. Unfortunately, I was talking to Julian about a man this morning who unfortunately has completely destroyed his thinking about our Maker, our Creator, God. And it pains me It pains me. What message is he sending out? So I've told you. Elkanah, in the Near Eastern times, polygamy, you needed a wife to carry on baby. He did not love this woman. He loved Hannah. Verse 5 says this. Listen. But to Hannah he gave a double portion because he loved her, though the Lord had closed her womb. I'm glad they said it. God did it. It wasn't because of a sin. God did this. And her rival, Peninnah, used to provoke her grievously, just to irritate her. It says that Elkanah loved Hannah. It does not say that he loved Peninnah. In fact, it says he gave Peninnah his wife, well, rather portions to Peninnah and his wife, as I said, and to her children. He didn't regard them as his children. Now I want to get to Hannah. I told you all the nitty-gritty. It's like almost this background of just a husband and a wife. But I want to get you to this woman specifically this morning. Moms, listen to the heart of this woman. Moms, be strong and courageous. Moms, hang in there. Just hang in there. Verse 9 to 16. Listen. Because this is an example of godliness. After they had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah rose. Now Eli the priest was sitting on the seat. We've already read this, but I'll read it again. He was sitting on the seat beside the doorpost of the temple of the Lord. She was deeply distressed and prayed to the Lord and wept bitterly. And she vowed a vow to the Lord and said, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed remember me and look on the affliction of your servant and remember me and not forget your servant, but will give you but will give to you a servant, a son, and remember me and not forget your servant, but will give to your servant a son, then I will give him to you all the days of his life. Hannah is absolutely committed to God. Absolutely. She can't fall pregnant. She's in the midst of just absolutely family. How many women here would like just one day your husband knocking up and say, hey Judy, meet Sophie. We're getting married. Think about it. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So imagine this woman's heart when Elkanah rocks up with Peninnah. By the way, yes, Peninnah, she can have babies. Sorry, it's just the way we work. Imagine her heart. Any woman in their right mind would have run away. Any woman in their right mind would have forsaken the God that he's come and start worshipping. Because a God like that, I don't want to worship. Should be any woman's mind. Am I right? Especially when you're digging the knife into me because I cannot have children. But listen to this woman. She's absolutely dedicated to her God, and she knows her God is greater than the problem at hand. Because she knows her God. She worships her God. And she's so determined that she even tells God, you know what? Whatever you give me, the fruit, I will offer straight back to you. And I think that just speaks to Christians today, moms today. Whenever we receive the good things from God, we should just offer up back. Moms, have you offered your children to God? I'm asking you a question. Have you said, God, yes, my kids? I'm the mom, but actually you're in control. Sometimes I'm pained. I don't know where they are in the evenings. Sometimes I worry, God, but yeah, you take care of them. Doesn't that just sound a bit easier? Doesn't take the worry away. But Hannah says, you know what, Lord, my womb is closed, but if you would do this for me, I'll offer him straight back to you. It just shows the absolute trust and faith she has in God. By the way, 1 Samuel chapter 4, you're coming out of the book of Judges. In 1 Samuel chapter 4 it says, the voice of the Lord was very scarce in those days. So people, you didn't find people of faith at all. It was a remorse. And in the big picture of this ugliness, you find a godly mom. It just kind of puts black and white and it shows you what is good and bad. If you go and read the book of Samuel, In those days, the voice of the Lord was very scarce, and visions of the Lord were very few. And yeah, in 1 Samuel chapter 1, you've got a woman who was so dedicated to God, even though she's not hearing much from God. Now, I have a question. How often do we literally hear from God? How long did it take you to actually open the door? It takes time. It takes just to pursue God. I want to say what this world needs, what families need, are mothers that are completely devoted to God. That's what we need. You know, it's not Father's Day today. I'd like to say this to fathers. Slack. We need moms, because the mom builds the family. The dad might be the priest of the family, but let me tell you, the mom builds the family. Don't make no bones about it. That is the truth. What a mother does not need is for her husband or the father not to be devoted to God. What she desperately needs is a dad who worships with her, takes her by the hand, and they pray to the Almighty God together. I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to put a spotlight on myself, but I make it a point. I fail now and again, but I make it a point. I pray and I worship with my wife. Because we have to worship together. Because she is my strength and I am her strength. I'm not putting a knife in here. But what I'm saying to you moms, it can be done. Hannah is in a horrible situation, but she still trusted God and God came through for her. He did. Even when the clouds are black, even when it's a rainy day, she trusted in God. Proverbs 1 verse 8 to 9 says, Hear to me, my son. Listen to your father's instructions and do not forsake your mom's teaching. It says mothers. Listen, my son, listen to me. Listen to my instructions. I'm instructing you right now. This is the instruction. Do not forget your mother's teaching. Isn't that just great? Isn't that just a dad saying, Mom is actually wise? Mom's actually God-given? Think about it. A father's instruction to his son. Here's my instruction. Do not forget your mother's teaching. And I believe God, now I look across and say, I believe God works in families. I believe moms have done the best that they can in sometimes dire circumstances. Paul says this to Timothy, my beloved Timothy, grace, mercy, and peace from God the Father and Jesus Christ our Lord. Now listen to this. Timothy had no father, godly father. Doesn't make mention of him at all. In fact, it only mentions his mom and his grandma. But I love it. Paul, this is in the Bible, so we can actually see what comes out of godly moms, where dads are absent, where dads couldn't care two hoots about mom and Jesus, or mom and God. God still comes through for you. Listen to this. To Timothy, my beloved child, grace, mercy, and peace from God the Father and Jesus Christ the Lord. I thank God whom I serve, as did my ancestors, with a clear conscience, as I remember you constantly in my prayers. As I remember your tears, Timothy, I long to see you that I may be filled with joy. I am reminded of your sincere faith, a faith that dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice. Hallo? Jou kinders kyk na jou. Jou kinders kyk na jou. Hulle sien jou geloof. Hulle sien jou geloof. They see your faith. And they see. And along comes Timothy, in just a wonderful pastor, a wonderful minister in Ephesus. Because of who? Two women. A mom and a grandma. No mention of the dad. In fact, history tells us that the dad was just a pagan. Couldn't give two hoots. And of course the mom and grandmother must have come to faith in Jesus somehow by His grace. Godliness in mothers. does not go unseen by Jesus or God. It doesn't. It doesn't. I want to show you another thing about Hannah's praise and adoration. Because you know, we read at the end, God actually honored her. And He gave her a son, Samuel. And she gave him back to God. But it goes on to say that God blessed her with more sons and daughters. Now the womb was open. She was not only loved by God and loved by her husband, but now she was loved by children of her own. Isn't it special when your children, mom, love you? Think about it. Isn't it special? But today in 2017, it seems to be absent. It seems to be absent. The family unit has just degenerated. Fathers and sons and daughters are just all over the place. But Hannah, after God honored her because she wanted him, listen to this, how she says, and I want to encourage you, when God comes through for you, mom, mom, how about just giving Him honor and glory for answering that which is most precious in your life, the family? And Hannah prayed and said, my heart exalts in the Lord, my horn is exalted. My mouth derides my enemies because I rejoice in your salvation. There is none holy like the Lord, for there is none besides you. He raises up the poor from the dust, He lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit with princes and inherit a seat of honor. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and all that is in them He has set the world. He will guard, I'm going to point to every single mom here. He will guard your feet. And He will guard you because you're faithful. But the wicked shall be cut off. And I see that over and over and over. Christian families are not immune to trouble. They're not. But where Jesus is head of the Christian family, they can get through the trouble together and not separately. See, that's different. Christian families are not immune to troubles. We're not immune to little scuffles and fights and arguments. We're not immune to that. But when you stick together, it's far easier. Shout and scream at each other, but get back together and press ahead because your children are watching. But I want to say this morning to those moms, sometimes the road is lonely because you're doing it all by yourself. I thank God for you. And I ask that God would shine upon you, and that He would bless you, and that He would honor you when you honor Him. Because the Bible tells me so. See, this is why I serve God. Because I see His realness every single day. You see, faith is not seeing, but it's the evidence of things we hope for that come through for us. And when we see growth in people, when we see them shine in the darkness, God honors that. And I know we like Him to honor the way we want it. Sometimes He doesn't. Just so wish there was many more days here this morning. I could open their ears. I want to compare Hannah to Eli, who by the way was a priest, and his sons. And I want to show you the godliness of this mom and the ungodliness of Eli's sons, because mom was absent. See, you think dad must be present. Yes, he must. But dad needs to be present with mom, so that mom and dad might make an impression within the family, so that even though the kids do go, and they go out in the evenings and you sit and you you worry like we saw over there, and it's your hug your daughter, thank goodness you're home. You've got to let go. But they will, at some time, hopefully earlier, but sometimes later, they will turn, they will remember the God that you serve and the God that you spoke to them about on a daily basis. And I'm telling you, they will yield to Jesus. They will. But Eli, the priest, and by the way, he was humongous. He was huge. There is no mother mentioned in this narrative, ever, of Eli. Because mom was absent, or mom did not believe in God, or mom did not serve the same God. What does the Bible tell us? What did I tell you this morning? Do not be unequally yoked with anyone else. If you're a Christian, marry a Christian. Do not be unequally yoked. 1 Samuel 2, verse 12 to 26. Listen to how Eli's son, mom's not there. Eli might be godly, but he's not disciplining. Probably mom is working against him. And you know what syndrome I really, really hate? What really irritates me, it used to happen in our house too. Not that I blame our parents, but I make sure it doesn't happen in our house. You say to when Jim was younger, you are not going to eat that ice cream. Dad, could I have ice cream? Oh, sure, Mom, you'll have ice cream. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. It's the worst thing that could ever happen in a house. If mom says no, dad says no. Dad says no, mom don't even ask. Don't even ask. Because dad said no for the right reasons. Mom said no for the right reasons. I said you couldn't have ice cream because ... You wet your nappy every night. I hate blue and green nappies. Now the sons of Eli were worthless men. The Bible says this. They were worthless. They were serving in church. They were actually serving in church. I want to end here, but I want to tell you something I have seen with my own eyes. Mom and dad, they don't want anything to do with church, but kinders gaan sonnaskool toe. Kinders Sunday school. He'll learn everything there. I want my baby doopt. Because God will be with him, but I don't want anything to do with God. Gaan sonnaskool toe. Let them take care of you. Rubbish. Rubbish. You are to instruct your children in all godliness, not the Sunday school teacher. John McArthur, 48 years ago, he got to Grace Community Church. It wasn't even called Grace Community Church. He got there. The worship team, 90% of the worship team, the elders, the deacons, and the Sunday school teachers weren't even saved. He fired the entire lot. He trusted God. He said, no ways. You can't have someone that doesn't even believe in Christ, not even saved, teaching children about Jesus. He fired the entire lot. That's how earnest and how passionate he was about family units and children learning the right thing from the right parents. Mom and dad. Fired the entire lot. Didn't go well with him for a while, but he trusted God. And Grace Community Church today is a flourishing Bible-based church because he stayed committed to God's life. God, I trust you. Though you closed my womb, well, man doesn't have a womb, but though this has happened and I've got like no one, I'm going to trust you. That's what I said to do, and I will preach to people. The custom of the priest with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant would come while the meat was boiling with a three-pronged fork in his hand, and he would thrust it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. All that the fork brought up, the priest would take for himself. This is what they did at Shiloh to all the Israelites who came in. Moreover, before the fat was burned, the priest's servant would come and say to the man who was sacrificing, give meat for the priest to roast, for he will not accept boiled meat. And as the man said, let them burn the fat first, and then take as much as you wish, he would say, he's talking about these priests. So he would say, no, you must give it now, and if not, I will take it by force. Now listen to the contrast. Samuel, Hannah's son, was ministering in the same place. before the Lord, a boy clothed with a linen ephod. He was a priest from 4 years old. And here he is ministering to the Lord. And by the way, Eli's sons are busy sleeping with a woman, and that goes on to say that. Stealing God's stuff. Do you see the difference? These guys are wicked, and Samuel, he's not an angel. Don't think Samuel wasn't a sinner, but he loves God. Like his mom loves God. Mom was absent in Eli's life. It could have been the other way around. Eli could have been absent in mom's life. And the sons are just doing wicked stuff. They're stealing sacrifices, and let me read this to you. Then Eli would bless Elkanah. Let me just get the boy Samuel. Now Eli was very old, and he kept hearing all that his sons were doing to all Israel, and how they were laying with the woman who was serving at the entrance of the temple. Now here's a contrast. Eli's sons were wicked. Hannah, the godly mum, her son was not wicked, but a lover of God. In her story, she offered her son to God first of all. In our stories, many of our stories, our sons come to God at a later stage. It's nice when a son comes to God at a young age. But my hope is that our kids will look and turn back and remember mom. I'm telling you, I might be her strength. And I'm not going to say this now because she doesn't rule the roost, but actually there is a bit of rulership in the roost. There actually is. Because I remember the days she was home, just raising kids. You remember the days of vomit? You can't even take the smell of your own clothes. That's what it was like. Mom did. Take note of these verses. Samuel was ministering before the Lord, a boy clothed with a linen ephod, and his mother used to take him in a little robe every single year when she went up to worship at the temple. Do you see? Just a continual godliness. Continual godliness. Now the boy Samuel continued to grow both in stature and in favor with God and with man. Thank you, Mom. I mean it. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Every one of you. We don't want to stereotype. You are unique. We can learn from this. We can learn from this. And it's never too late. What's the famous saying? Never say? Never. It's never too late in God's cause. Never. The Bible says if you stand, continue standing. That might be alone. But thank God you're standing with a husband. And if you're single, continue standing. Final thoughts. And I want to end with John McArthur's thoughts. This is what he asks. This is what he asked his church. First of all, he says you need to ask yourself. Ask yourself this in your heart and in your mind. Are you a godly mother? Ask yourself that. Are you preparing to be a godly mother? Are you, if already older, preparing younger women to be godly mothers? Is that happening in your life? Are you, we've got young moms. Are you able to, think of your conversation with family. Are you able to stand your ground like you did? Just, let me teach you. That's his question to the moms. Are you a godly mom? And are you preparing other younger ladies for godliness? And to men, I wish they were here. Are you creating the environment which your wife's godliness can flourish and have effect? Men, are you creating those absent men in this church and in many other churches who are playing sports today, who are playing golf today, who are doing everything else? Mom's doing everything. Are you doing anything to uplift mom? Are you doing anything need to make mom's godliness effectual within the children's lives? The sad answer is no for me. It's sad. And mom's doing it alone. And he carries on saying to the men, and are you, men, raising your sons who will lead their wives one day to be godly mothers? Now I'm glad I said that because that's the job of the dad, not the mom. The dad loves the mom, the kids look, and they will role model that to their own wives. And then he says to the young people, we've only got 2 young people here. Are you honoring your mother? Are you obeying your mother? Take this home to your kids. Are you honoring your mother and are you obeying your mother? If God has given you a godly mother, which by the way, our kids, all your kids can actually be very thankful for. And I wish they were here this morning. They can be thankful for godly mothers. They can be thankful for mothers that stand and take all the rubbish. Are you honoring and obeying your mother? And are you thankful and grateful for your mother? If God has given you a godly mother, God has given you the best of all gifts, he said to the boys and the girls. None of them are perfect. Mom and dad are perfect. But when they love the Lord Jesus Christ and have passed that on to you, they have given you the greatest gift that you could ever receive. And there are some who say, my mother was not godly. So are you praying for her? You ask the kids. I would say the same to the moms. And say the same to the dads. My wife's not godly. My husband's not godly. Are you praying for him? Are you honoring God? You day in and day out saying, God, this is just this needs to happen. This needs to happen. And then he says, are you praying? And then, are you praying for her? Are you praying for her and asking God somehow to bring her under the influence of a godly woman who can show her things your mother never showed you? And then he says, the hope for our society rests in what happens in the next generation. And that is so much in the hands of you, mother. And you, mother. And you, mother. What happens in our society in the next generation is actually, by God, in your hands. It's a big gift. Big responsibility. See, Father Day is coming. Unleash a bit on the men. I'm not angry with the men. I get upset. I get upset. Because mom's not one of them. And I don't think I'm looking at you as if that's true for you. I'm just saying that's the general thinking, philosophy, the thinking pattern in our world today. Let's pray. Father, I've got to say that I thank you for mothers. Lord, this is not just some message where it sounds all cool and oh nice and maybe I'll get some lunch from my wife or later. But Lord, thank you for mothers. Thank you that you've opened my eyes to see deeper your heart and how you operate within women, within mothers. Lord, my prayer is for those that do not know you, that they might come to know you. But Father, that when they come to know you, their husband comes to know you. Lord, I even think of husbands that have fallen away, of people I know, family that have fallen away completely in denial to you, the one whom they serve, the one whom they love. My prayer is that you would bring them back. Lord, this morning, on Mother's Day, I say bless the moms sitting here this morning. And I mean that. May your face shine upon them. And if I can use that Hebrew word, borak, they are blessed because they adore you and you adore them. Borak. I ask that the peace of your Holy Spirit would go with them. out into the world, out back to their families, and that they would keep on being different